Hello, my name is Rich Howard, owner of Architectural Builder Supply. In this video is to bring you a closer look at the ASI 20333 automatic countertop mounted soap dispenser. So first of all, there are several components in this, as you could imagine. The instructions are below this video, the 4 pages. And you definitely want to review those, and I will go through them after I show you all the constituent parts. Installation is quite simple. It's just like a manual style, except that some batteries to add and a couple of things to know, so it's pretty simple. But let's go through it. First of all, the business end of the ASI 20333. Countertop mounted automatic sensor is here. LED lights are inside that we'll go over later. Threaded mounting stem with a lead, for the spout connection to the control module. Okay. I've installed these, and they're nice, they're solid, they're reliable, they work well. You drill a 1-inch hole, and then you're basically off to the races. So let me go through all the rest of the parts. Okay, spout. Moving below that, let's go to the easy one next. You're going to be given a bag of parts. First of all, a couple of rubber gaskets, and per the installations, one will go on top and one will go below the counter for your installation. Yeah, that is correct. You're going to get a wing nut here, and that is going to slide up. Okay, it's going to go like that. Your 2 rubber gaskets will be inside of here. Okay, so that's where the wing nut goes. You're also going to get a spacer with the notch going up. These 2 little pins here, or notch they call them, which would mate to the 2 little holes in the bottom of the base. You would use that if the lip or the rim of your sink is greater than 3/8 of an inch higher than the top of the counter. Otherwise, you would not use this. You're going to get a couple little zip ties to keep your cord management neat underneath the counter. And then you're going to get some screws, a couple of plastic anchors for mounting your battery box, which I'll show you in a moment. Then a couple of screws to keep the cover attached to your battery box. Okay, so we've got the spout. Let's go on to the next thing, the control module, which is here. Okay, that's the control face of it that you're seeing towards you. This is button number 10, and that's the start procedure, basically. Okay. Yeah, button 10. It's a soap counter reset button is really what it is. And I think that, if I recall correctly, initiating first. Yeah, press the reset button. Will get you started. You'll reset the counter, which needs to be reset if you get an orange LED every 800 cycles. Okay, you would push that to reset it. As we've said, the business end is going to attach down into here, into the spline. There's a spline joint there, and a female spline there. You'll insert that down in and then tighten this white nut here, and that will complete the assembly between the control module and the spout. Obviously, the connection between the 2 plugs looks just like an S-video plug to a certain extent. Not exactly, but it kind of looks like that. After that, you're going to connect. You will have a connection for your battery box. Here it is. Cover is loose. 4 D batteries. Okay. Cover here. The plug here. There's only one place to put it into the control box. It's right there in the end, right here. Go together like that. And then, of course, the fill bottle. It's quite large, as you can see. 54 ounce of soap. Viscosity between 100 and 3,500. Very important. Every cycle produces 0.04 ounce of soap. Very easily disengaged to fill. Accomplished by simply pushing the button that's marked push. Will allow you to disengage the bottle for filling. You'll do that on the top of the counter with a funnel. Make sure your soap is very clean. You don't want any particulate going in there whatsoever. The spout is stainless steel and a polished finish. Okay. There's LEDs to indicate, low battery, soap refill, and proper operation. Okay. And, basically, those are all the components. There's really nothing else to it. I've installed these in small commercial settings, even in some residences. People like them at their sink, and it seems maybe odd, but people that do a lot of work in their kitchen, cooking, want to just be able to quickly keep things going with hands. I've had families with lots of kids, want their hands clean, obviously. Going through the rest of the instructions, the other thing I wanted to bring to your attention is before you go drilling any holes, there is a template, okay, that you're going to attach or get involved in the coordination of exactly where you're going to drill your hole. So choosing a suitable location is really critical. Then after that, you're going to decide whether or not you need that spacer for your installation. Moving on from there, you're going to simply go through these step by step in terms of installing everything. And it's just, spacer if you need it, rubber washer, spout, that all goes through the hole. And you'll come up from the bottom side, attaching the rest of the operation. What's really important to consider right away is make sure that the front of this is accessible. Okay, you're going to want to be able to make sure you can get to that your cords aren't kinked, that nothing is going to be difficult to get to. In addition to getting good access to something, your control box, the battery box, replacing the batteries once a year on the anniversary of installation is what is suggested. And keeping in mind that the batteries are large, so you want to be able to make sure that you can get to them quickly and easily. There is also included a wrench. This large conical piece of plastic is called a wrench, and it is for the wing nut, getting it onto the bottom of the post and driving it up, threading it quickly. I've never really used it, although it makes a lot more sense to use it because you want that to be secure but not overly tight, and getting your hand around something like this rather than the two little wings of the nut. Sometimes it's harder to get two hands, but I've always been able to get two hands underneath every sink that I've been working on. On the control board, you can set whether or not you are getting the low soap by the dip switches here, pardon me, right there. And those are called out on what is probably considered page 4 of the instructions, whether it's on or off, and you can see that there. Okay, very typical sort of material there. And that is pretty much it. I don't think there's anything else to discuss. There's a troubleshooting guide, which is nice, which I've never needed. This installation goes in one time, the first time really nice and works really well. And quite frankly, I've never had a reason to replace any individual components on it. However, if you have need to rebuild something, feel free to reach out to us and we'll help you with a part number. Any questions on the ASI 2033 countertop or deck-mounted automatic soap dispenser or any other ASI product, please feel free to reach out to us. Thank you.